What gets measured gets improved, and personally, there's just a couple of things that I've found have helped me to understand whether my nutritional goals and my weight loss goals are on point. One of them is the number of times I have to wipe when I'm in the bathroom, when I'm eating fruits and vegetables and I'm on a clean diet. I find that I barely have to use toilet paper. Another way of knowing is checking your eyes. Take a picture of your eyes before you start your nutritional journey and take a picture afterwards. Anytime you see any specks, any color changes, bugs under the eyes, those could be indications of issues. Tongue. Scraping the tongue. Do you see any tongue buildup in your tongue? Oof. And how about that breath? When you wake up in the morning with that breath, did you know that that could be an indication of health issues? Flexibility and movement. That's important, especially as we age and know we were not permanently sentenced to be too old to move around. How easy is it for you to do things like putting on shoes, tying your shoes, getting up from the floor? Is it easy for you to get up from the floor just like that? Or do you find that you have to twirl around and wiggle your way to make yourself upright? Flexibility and movement are primal movement that we were given, and just things like being able to bend over, go from side to side, or rotate your entire body, being able to do simple tasks like carrying grocery bags or lifting things in the house, moving things around. Those are indicators that your nutritional journey is working for you. So keep those in mind when you're also looking at the scale, because it's not always about the number on the scale. This also includes running around with your children, or even running around with your nieces and nephews or your grandchildren. We are meant to grow old and run around with them. Now, getting on the weight, you just get that number. You can take your number before you start, see if that number makes you happy and if that number makes you sad. Bathroom breaks, right? How many times do you have to go to bathroom? And what are you doing in the bathroom? Are you going number ones or are you going number twos? If you're eating so much food, you should be going to the bathroom so much often, especially for number two, because you should be eliminating anything you're putting in your body. And if your body is working right, you're going to get that poop as soon as everything digests. That's the key. And if you're going number one, you want to keep an eye on, are there any cloudy things in your urine? All right, let's move to measurements. Circumference measurements are very important, whether you're measuring your waist, whether you're measuring your arm or your hip. And you can either measure all these using a tape measure and know exactly your numbers, or you can use a string and you can keep those strings as souvenirs, because you can take one string. Let's say you start in January and then in July you use a different string and you're able to compare the length of those two strings. So whether you're measuring your arm, the area around your waist or your hips, the string can come in handy. And what's also very important is to keep these strings in a visible place, because you want to have that constant reminder of your commitment. And down the road, who knows, if you want to make any cool souvenirs of those, you'll be able to tell a very, very impactful story with that one day. And don't forget to track it down, especially if you're using the measurements method. It's very important to write things down, whatever that number was. Moving on to the next one, it's sleep. When you wake up in the morning, do you find that you have to snooze your alarm and then you're just going back to bed? Do you wake up very confused, not knowing what you want to do right away? Or do you wake up fired up, feeling like you're going to conquer the world and that everything is working for you? So it's very important that we get that sleep. Clothing. How do clothes fit? Don't get rid of your old clothes. keep some of them around because those are good reminders. This is one of the items I had. This actually just came from Minnesota. And look at how much room it's gained from just the journey I've taken from 2019 up to 2023. And also keep an eye on your medication. You know, if you are taking a lot of prescriptions, those number of prescriptions you're taking should reduce. Your doctor should take you out of medications if things are working. And likewise, you should be getting off cravings, whether it's the ice creams, the salty snacks, the sweets, and you should be replacing those with healthy alternatives like fresh fruits. So remember, what gets measured gets